Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptomancer, where we feature content on play to earn gaming on the blockchain with games like Splinterlands. And today I wanted to do a quick update on a video from last season, which talked about how to achieve Silver League rank in an hour or less for free. Well, we're in a new season here, and the meta has changed. So I wanted to update the video and walk all the viewers through what I think is the best way to get into Silver for free very quickly. And basically what we've seen since the last video was made is we're able to climb in the last video using the Wavesmith and Axemaster in an hour into Silver. Right now, with the current meta, 75% of the teams in Bronze and Silver right now are Ferrari Wavesmith teams and water teams. So we're just not going to get there without differentiating ourselves. And I'm going to talk about how we're going to do that in this video. So if we look at the cards right now, we do have a Wavesmith already delegated to us. This is my alt account. But if we wanted to rent the Wavesmith, he's still going to be key for this strategy. And he's about 1.8 DEC a day to rent. It's basically under 2 cents a day for this card to rent it. So the second card we're going to want to rent as part of this strategy is Torhilo. He is renting for 2 cents a day as well. We're just going to grab him quickly off the marketplace here. I'm just going to pay more for him just because for the sake of this video I just want to grab him and not deal with the timings of the market pricing and the data in the marketplace. So combined between the Wavesmith and Torhilo, you're looking at about 4 DEC per day. And let's go into this. So we have our two cards. Right now the time is 1:18. So just make a note of our start. And let's go. We're in Bronze 3. This is reset with a 500 rating at the start of this season. And let's go. We go Wavesmith, Torhilo, and as much magic as we can fit in. Okay, off we go. And if we want to do this quickly, we're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit with the wins, but let me just show this battle with Torhilo, and then we'll probably skip the next few. And again, the reason why we have Torhilo here is because of his Void against another Magic team. If we see that they're likely to play Magic, if we use Bortus as the summoner and Torhilo, and they don't have something like a Captain's Ghost, it's an automatic victory for us. And that's what we're really trying to do, is just predict when another water team's going to come at us, and then make sure we have the game set match counter. Here, using fire, using a bunch of stuff. It's a low mana. Try and play it safe. They're using the Death Team. Let's see if we have enough damage to get through that Haunted Spirit quickly. They don't have a lot of offense, so we should be able to get through it before they kill the Pixie. Yep, that missile seal it. Victory. Alright, you can see we're at 540 for a rating. To get the Silver 3, we need to get to 1,000. So as long as we can put together some win streaks, we should get there in fairly short order. You can see here they're using life a lot here. So we're just going to use a standard non-Torhilo build for the water. We're going to maximize up front our meat bag tank, and then put as much magic behind it. Use a peaceful giant. He's just more efficient. He doesn't do any damage, but he just absorbs more damage and lets our DPS in magic do its work. So I feel okay about that. They've got the heal. We're still able to get by the shield bearer and the heal and survive the sneak attacks, so that's good. Keep going. Now I know we haven't used Torhilo yet. We've got a lot of low mana matches and really haven't had a need to use them yet. Let's go. There. Going against fire. With the blast, which is not ideal for our team, as they have the fire elemental down there. Let's see if we can get through. There we go. Okay, that should be enough. All right. Another victory. All right, we're at 614. Now here you can see they're gonna play blue against us. In that case, all we're gonna do is use Bortus. We're gonna use Torhilo. We'll use the Waysmith just in case they don't use blue against us. But if they use the standard blue team, we should have an easy victory here. This just basically guarantees a victory against another water team. And even if they have rented Genoshanis, it gives us a chance to win. Whereas if they had Genoshanis and we didn't have Torhilo or Genoshanis, we would automatically be losing that match. So this is just going to guarantee our climb. You'll see here they have no way to damage Torhilo, and even though our damage, excuse me, our damage output is not super high, it's just going to be enough to get through, just because they can't do any damage to Torhilo. So it's a guaranteed win for us. There you go. Easy peasy. So keep climbing here. As we get into Bronze 2 and Bronze 1, we'll see more challenging teams. Again, you can see here water teams. If we didn't have Torhilo, it would be a little bit of a coin flip on how we built our teams, and some random generation of numbers just for the speed and who goes first. We put the healer in there just because we can. And again, this should be another auto victory because I did not see a Pirate's Ghost, a Genoshanis, or anything else like that being played in this other water team. Now we could also look at renting a Pirate's Ghost or Genoshanis. The reason why I went with Torhilo is Torhilo's 2 cents, whereas Genoshanis is maybe like 24 cents. And the Pirate's Ghost is just not necessary. I mean, it's not expensive either. It's probably 2 cents as well to rent. But you know, we don't need it, so we're on a budget apparently. So we're almost at 700, well on our way to silver. So our goal is to, again, just make sure we can get through any water teams that get in our way that have other counters to us, perhaps. We'll see more of those as we get higher in bronze, and you'll definitely see those in silver 3. Once you get the silver, you want to maintain that rank. Let's see how this battle goes. Got through the shield bear pretty quickly. And now we've lost our tank, but they're losing their DPS pretty rapidly, and that should be it. Okay, another victory. You can see here it's another water team that's we're probably going to run against. This is why we'll just default to Bortus for Hilo, and just throw that out there. And Bortus with Torhilo in this case, even though we don't have much damage, we're only doing 2 magic damage plus Torhilo's attack, should still be enough to get through. Yeah, they have nothing that can really do anything to Torhilo once we get through the Spineback Turtle. Again, I'll show this just one more time so you can see what's happening here. If we didn't have Torhilo, again, this would be a mirror match, and it would be left up to chance and be random, which would just be frustrating, just trying to get through that. In this case, we're guaranteed a victory, and we can continue our win streak. And again, for 2 cents, why wouldn't we rent Torhilo and do this? All right, game over. Continue to move on. I guess I probably made a mistake here. I could be earning DEC in Bronze 2 right now, but because I don't have the collection power, right now it hasn't bumped our rank into Bronze 2. So let me just fix that right now. Let me go into Peak Monsters. We're logged in here. We're going to show the renting tools here in Peak Monster. I'm just going to configure us to be able to rent using their new tools, which are great. And we're just going to try and rent 15,000 power. So that's what we need to get into silver, 15,000 power, because this is an alt account with no real cards on it. Let me just refresh the browser here. Configure the bid. So we're going to bid, we're going to need minimum 15,000 power. Maximum 16 is fine. I would say you don't really care about the minimum per card because we can get a leveled card that might be an alpha. If I do the math, I want to say for CP, if we went with 200 CP per DEC, that would be 75 DEC a day. I think we might be able to get a better deal than that. I want to try and target 50 DEC a day or less. So that's going to push us to 300 CP per DEC spent. So at 50 DEC a day, that's about 50 cents of rentals per day that we'll have to maintain to stay in silver. But we can easily make that by just playing battles. So we'll let that sit. Let's see if we are able to rent something out. In the meantime, we'll continue our battles. So we'll keep moving forward. Just a standard magic team here. Pure DPS. So we don't see them using water against us. They did use water, and you can see here we've got a mirror match, except they have Kelp Initiate in the second spot. which will slow our DPS down while their DPS continues to do damage. Although we do have one extra DPS, so it will be interesting to see if we can get through that Kelp initiative fast enough. Yeah, we will. So I think we're going to be okay here. But this is again why if we can predict when they're going to use blue against us, we can use Torhilo and guarantee a win. Use water. It's a low mana match, so yikes. Well, let's just hope. Let's just hope they use water against us, because if they use anything else, we will lose. And they used Earth, and so we will lose this one. It's okay. The one Earth team that you should be aware of and just watch out for is, just set this one up for another water match. Is if they use the Wizard of Eastwood, which removes your 2 shield from your Wavesmith, and then they can put down a Failed Summoner, a Unicorn Mustang. If they've rented a Wood Nymph, they'll put the Wood Nymph in there, and then they'll just attack you with Opportunity and Sneak monsters, and then you will lose typically against that matchup unless you prepare for it. So here we correctly predicted they would play Magic against us. We did the anti-Magic Torhilo, and we will win that by default. So, going to the next match. Here they're using Mylor and Unicorn Mustang. You can see here they have access to, looks like Ruler of the Seas and Jin Oceanus. We don't have that kind of horsepower to compete with that. So I don't think we're going to win this one. We're just, yeah, we're just going to have to probably concede this one. They definitely just have more horsepower and muscle on that side that we're just not going to be able to, unfortunately, get through. With our deck, you just say GG and move on to the next match, because that's significantly more card power and cost that you're seeing being used against us here, and yeah, we're not going to have a chance to defeat that. I am surprised that the Peak Monster rental hasn't come across yet. I know we were a little ambitious and tried to get 300 CP per DEC. It can be done. It just sometimes takes a little time. We might need to lower that to around 200 CP per DEC, which would mean we'd have to spend about 75 DEC a day in rentals to get the power for silver. Given past history, definitely we can do it for under 50 DEC a day. It just will take longer for Peak Monsters to find that rental for us, as another rental will have to expire for us to get that working that good. So here, looks like the opponent's either having a tough time picking their team or are just timing out and going to surrender to us, which is going to burn up some time. Oh, here we go. They use water against us. We'll look at their lineup. They have nothing that can damage us, so it's another victory for us. Oh, you can see our rental came through. We're now in bronze 1. We got 12,000 power out of the 15,000 we need. Let's see how much that cost us on peak monsters here. So if I go to my cards and I filter on for rent, looks like we rented a level 4 Viola the Radiant, and it cost us 30 DEC, and we got out of that 11,550 card power. So that's good. We're just looking for the rest of that rental to come through. And you can see here we were able to get 385 card power per DEC through that rental from Peak Monsters, which is a great value. So we'll be able to rent the other 2,800 or so CP for pretty cheap. And now we can earn our DEC here in bronze 2 or 1, whichever we're in. We can't use magic in this case since we're now in the bronze, higher bronze levels, so the scenarios have gotten more complicated. So in this case, we can't use magic. Yeah, we got Torhilo. Let's try and use him, even though it doesn't really matter. We use the Axemaster, which we still delegated from last season. We can't use the Wavesmith, but we can use a healer. And I guess I would like to keep my healer alive, so I'll give some sniper bait there. And we'll see how this works out. Not ideal. We obviously could use a death team. But because we don't have the Wavesmith here, we're probably not going to do very well. Yeah, they got a lot of snipe and sneak. Let's see if we can get through that Haunted Spirit. Well, they've actually put a Affliction on us, which is not good for us. So didn't matter because the Crustacean King died too quick anyways. We should still pull this off. It'll be close. Yeah, still a win. Not pretty, not perfect, but we'll take it. You can see we got 4 DEC there. So we're already earning the 30 DEC rental back. Here, they'll probably come at us with magic. But in case they don't, we'll just be conservative and run this team. If you know they're going to come at you with magic, Bortus is a guaranteed win. If they could use something else, using Ulrich with a healer and Torhilo should be usually enough to survive their extra DPS. Let's see one more time. You can see here for magic DPS, we only have 4 magic DPS with our team, while they have 8. But because Torhilo has 8 health with Void, with a healer behind him, it's usually going to give you enough time to get to their DPS before it's too late. Again, if you didn't have the healing option available, this would be more challenging, but because we have the heal available to us, it's going to probably be the difference here. It's going to be close. because they had the Divine Shield option as well. Let's see if we go first. Yep, just barely pulled that one out. So the next win should get us into silver. Let's see. In this case, ooh, this is a bad matchup. They've got the Jin, and they've got Lobsterdamus. The good news here is we can't use water, and we can't. It's low mana, so we lucked out here. We have a chance. They have Harclaw too. So it is Earthquake, low mana. I'm going to use Dragon with a shield option, and let's see what flying options we have. Actually, I have Helicord Deceiver delegated, which is not a bad option here with flight. And I don't know if we're going to get enough DPS here. So 3, 5. What 5 DPS can we give me? Yeah, we'll go with that. Try and outlast them. Just with the order here, I'm thinking we want to put the Haunted Spirit up front in this case. Let's see how we do. So the shield will protect us technically from one earthquake damage if we put the Haunted Spirit in the back row. So that might have been the better option. They're gonna take earthquake damage. This is gonna be interesting because I don't think we have enough DPS here. And if it goes into let's see, there we go. Yeah, we were able to get through it barely. If it went into fatigue, we would have lost there. And there we go. Let's check the time. It is 2:13, so under an hour. We're in silver. We're at 1,012 rating. We just need that extra 2,810 collection power to rent to allow us to get into the silver, unlock silver for us, but we've already made the rating. So now we'll just wait, come back once that CP has been rented, and we're golden. So again, under an hour. It actually took 55 minutes to get us into silver, assuming the rentals come through. You can see here, we got our pretty much our Dark Energy Crystal investment back on the rentals, already back through just some Bronze 3 daily battles. So the strategy works. The TLDR on this update is swap Axe Master out for Torhilo. So you're going to rent Torhilo and the Wavesmith, and you will be able to, in 1 hour or less, get all of your accounts, if you have multiple alt accounts, into silver and basically do it for free, because the DEC you earn will pay for those 4 DEC rentals costs plus the CP rentals to get into silver. Hope this is helpful. Thanks for sticking with me through the battles. Hopefully it was, again, educational and beneficial for your personal accounts to get them to silver quickly and for free. Until next time, keep stacking those stats. So quick update, our Peak Monsters auto rental came through. We got a level 4 Manticore under 16 DEC a day, putting our total for Silver 3 CP under 46 DEC a day. Not too shabby. And here's our daily loot chest opening for the first day of Silver 3. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, that's a good start. Venara Wavesmith, almost a $7 card. See you in the game.